Overcoming shame. The path of overcoming your shame won't be straightforward. To control your embarrassment, you might need to repeat the technique several times. Everything begins with learning to forgive others and accepting your own humanity. To combat the feeling of unworthiness that shame causes, do confidence-boosting activities. Then, work on developing self-love and compassion so that you can deal with shame in the future. Forgiving yourself. Acknowledge how shame is holding you back. Shame is a potent feeling that can make you feel defective and inadequate. You become inactive, restricted, and isolated as a result. In order to figure out how to change the tale you've been telling yourself, you must first recognize it. Find the narratives you have been telling about your life, your skills, or yourself. You probably remember your shame story every time you feel bad about yourself. For instance, you can tell yourself I'm unlikable or people find me dull when you are unable to connect with others. Shame may result from challenges in your past, such as poverty or domestic abuse. Sit with your emotions without pushing them away. Letting yourself experience the feelings that underlie shame is a necessary step in coping with it. Sit with the emotion that is underlying your suffering. You can, for instance, feel ashamed of your divorce. Shame seeped in because you refused to face the humiliation. Use a phrase like, "I'm embarrassed by my divorce. Everyone seems to assume that I am a damaged good." After then, let yourself to feel that emotion without attempting to ignore it. Think about writing in your journal about your experiences with shame. It's crucial to acknowledge your sentiments to yourself, whether they are for someone or other things you typically bury. Forgive yourself for being human. You judge yourself harshly for anything you did when you are ashamed. The embarrassment is lessened, though, when you realize that you are only human and that many other people have made the same error you did. Say it out loud, only a human, I am. I accept that I am a fallible human being. Share your story if you want to. Shame tends to keep you away from other people. You retreat more the more you participate in it. To counter, be vulnerable and honest with someone you trust. Tell a close friend or family member about your humiliation. Telling your tale will probably help you overcome your sense of shame. If sharing your story makes you uncomfortable, think contemplating journaling or blogging about it instead. Although you are under no obligation to share or publicize your experience, going through this procedure will help you get everything out. Secrets often make guilt worse. Seeing your worth. Create a list of your accomplishments to refer to when you need a boost of confidence. By giving yourself a much-needed confidence boost, you may overcome shame. Make a big list of all of your best qualities and achievements. You may put excellent listener or quick learner on your list. Refer back to this list whenever you feel undeserving. Try something new to build self-esteem. You might stay in your comfort zone out of shame. You can get out of that cycle by taking a chance and pushing yourself in a novel direction. You decide whether this should be a major or modest undertaking. Take up a new hobby, enroll in school again, enroll in a club or organization, learn a foreign language, or face small obstacles like chatting to a stranger or reading a book from a different genre. Help someone to feel useful. Shame forces you to concentrate on yourself, but you can overcome it by doing so. Give to a good cause, volunteer your time, or just help out a friend or neighbor who is in need. Set a small, actionable goal to work towards. Set a modest objective in an area of your life where you'd like to see improvement. Divide it up into several steps and work toward it every day. You might be able to fight the humiliation you experience by achieving a goal, no matter how small. As an illustration, you might wish to lose weight but find it difficult. Set a modest objective, such as increasing your water intake or your vegetable intake. You can go one step closer to your goal by making one modest change. Practicing self-love. Start a mindfulness practice. Make a daily commitment to spend at least 10 minutes alone. Completely concentrate on taking deep breaths. If your thoughts stray, come back to your breathing. You can become more conscious of your thoughts and feelings by practicing mindfulness. Additionally, if you are ruminating on the past, it helps keep you in the present. Speak to yourself like you would a friend. Change the story you've been telling yourself about shame all along to fight it. Change your internal script to include loving, compassionate remarks rather than critical judgments or criticism. For instance, say, "I am doing the best that I can right now," instead of "I can never do anything perfectly." Build a supportive social circle. The individuals you spend time with, especially if they are critical or closed-minded, can actually encourage shameful thoughts and feelings. Make an effort to connect with folks who are upbeat and encouraging. Examine your social networks. Increase your time spent with those who make you feel good about yourself and decrease your time spent with those who don't. Being friends with naysayers won't advance your cause. Even if it could be difficult to part ways, this is for your amusement as a whole. Another option is to join a support group. This is a place where you may be vulnerable and share your shame with others who don't rely on you in any way, except that you may go in and out of episodes of shame. Overcoming shame involves a process that is not linear. It can take a while before you regain control. Even though, shame might still rear its ugly head in some circumstances. Repeat the procedures as necessary while being kind to yourself. That's all for today. Hope it helps. Stay tuned for more videos.